Okay, I thought I would do a little update. Currently on mile 4. I'm in an area I've not been in before, so trying to not fall in this like ridiculous mud, and I realise I'm going to absolutely ruin my Ultra Boost whites. But anyway, how we doing, guys? I think it's month 5 for the updates. Seems to be going quick this year, doesn't it? Very, very quick. At the end of this video, I'm going to have a chat about Dr. Disrespect if you're interested in this. If you're just interested in my personal updates, then here we go. I am currently trying to be a bit healthier. That's been my month's goal. Obviously, the main, if you want to call it, issue with me, like I've always been open and honest about, and I hope you appreciate, is very anxious, very just not good at doing new things. I freak out a lot, and I'm trying to improve. Sorry, I'm about to walk across a wood beam here, and if I fall in, this could be a nightmare. Whew. Jesus, can you see what I just walked across? So, what I've tried to do this month is, yes, today, or I say today, I think this month marks 6 months since the breakup. Long story there. I mean, I still feel a little bit wronged by it, I'll be honest. It still does bother me somewhat, but there's not much I can do there. I did my best, and if that person doesn't want me, then I'll go somewhere else. I'm not going to chase someone where I know I'm not wanted, if that makes sense. So that's obviously been on my mind. The first 2-3 months of that were bad. Then I sort of got okay. Last month I had a bit of a wobble. When the weather's miserable, you've got nothing to do, and you miss that connection, you know how it is. And then you actually realize how awful they were to you, and then you snap back into reality. Oops, there goes gravity, like Eminem. And you just have to keep cracking on and keep doing stuff that helps you. So what's been helping me has been the freedom of the car. It's massively helped. I don't travel far in it. I just travel to certain spots that I'm comfortable driving with, and certain spots that I am comfortable going to socially, etc. Like this area I drive to, and it's a super quiet walk. It's about a 2.5 mile walk all the way around. I might do that once. Sometimes I'll do it twice. Sometimes I'll just go up and down this hill over and over again like a lunatic for some fitness. And I've realised I've just got to do what works for me and not be bothered. So just being out and about this month and sort of last month has been really beneficial to me, I would say. I'm not a big advice giver, because I don't feel like I'm in the position to give any advice, because my life isn't that great. But what I can say is working on the fitness just a little bit has helped. Now, I'm not trying to say I'm going to become some gym going buff or anything like that. I still am massively overweight. I'm getting a bit better. I'm going to blame that on a lot of things, but when you've been through a really, really rough breakup, and there was a load of other stuff that I won't talk about going on, everything just piled up on me, and I kind of lost myself. I'm sure you understand what that's like. The car has massively helped. Again, it's given me a bit more of a purpose. I know this sounds daft, but I'm talking openly and honestly, so I hope you understand and appreciate it, that I'm not some fake YouTuber idiot. Even just little things like going to the shop or McDonald's or going for a tiny 15-minute drive around your area. It just allows me to have that bit more independence, which has really helped. You know, even little things like washing the car. I really like doing all that car detailing stuff, so I like to keep it in good condition, even though it's a rubbishy old car. You know, I enjoy that. It's quite therapeutic. There's a lovely dragonfly there, but you can't see it. And this month, I've actually got a bit of a tan. I don't know if it's coming across, but I'm actually super burnt. I guess that's what happens when you go outside. When I started these walks in December, which is when I started it, because basically that's when I finished with that person, you know.
Well, I've seen a photograph of cracking this.
It's just had some people there, so just shut up talking about relationship drama whilst we pass. But yeah, that first month when it happened, it was like outrageously bad. Like the circumstances that were put on me, I'm not gonna like talk poorly of people online or anything like that. That's not me. You know, I had a nice relationship with this girl. I don't know what the hell happened, bro. Something went crazy, man. I just pretty much had to leave, man. Won't get into it, but that obviously like really stung because it's not what I wanted. But I had to do it. And so that month was the month I started doing my walks. And I've had a lot of problems since COVID, which, you know, I've been in like MRI scans for brain tumours and all sorts. So when people like make light of COVID, it does piss me off because that basically nearly killed me, bro. So, you know, I've had a lot of issues since then. And one of the issues is just massive fatigue and fitness, which has never been my strong point anyway, but just on a whole nother level. When I started on that December, I was crazy bad. I was doing like 0.6 mile walking at just trotting pace, like walking with my dog, who's an older dog who doesn't even walk fast. And I was just pouring with sweat. It was like lower back pains, just everything. You know, I know I'm not holding much of a conversation with you now, but this is probably the hottest day in England that it's been. I've walked like 5 miles, and at the moment my heart rate is 129, which, you know, honestly isn't that bad really, is it? So I would never be able to do this, and that's just, I'll be honest with myself, like I never give myself praise, but that's my work, and that's why I feel like I'm enjoying it, because it's me, not relying on anybody. You know what I mean? Like, there are days when I've been walking around here, there's not been a single person. It's been thunder and lightning, ice cold, and I've been like, nope, I'm gonna go do my 2.5 mile walk. I'm gonna go up that hill 5 times or whatever, even if it's just something. I'm not trying to say like I've become some Iron Man, like I'm not doing a big long distance or anything like that, but just the process of I'm gonna get up, drive myself to a location and do something for myself feels really good, and that's been helping a massive amount. So ideally I'd really like to keep it up. I don't know how long the motivation's going to be there. It's kind of a bit like YouTube, like some months I'm super motivated, some months I'm not. I'd really like to keep it up because I'm noticing a lot of like beneficial things for myself. I've been on like 1 or 2 dates since leaving that girl, and I've turned, holy shit, piss off, size of that horsefly, mate. If anyone knows what a horsefly is, that thing had a horse, that thing was riding a horse, it was that big. And I've turned down 1 or 2. Now, I know they're only dates, and unfortunately, a lot of women just go on dates because they want a nice meal and they want somebody to give them a load of compliments, tell them how good they look because the last boyfriend broke their heart, and they want some validation. Like, I'm not naive. A lot of it is that. But at least I got them. At least there were people out there that did want a date. You know, that makes a change. I'm not completely finished yet, guys. But I know myself, I'm not in the right position in my life. I still need to do a lot to get where I want to be. So I don't really want to date anyone whilst I know the same issues will reoccur. I do struggle with work. It's a massive issue. Something I don't even like to talk about. It like full on fucking triggers me, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just not gonna talk about it, but it's something I need to do, work on. I need to get my own place, and all this stuff's just fucking far distant goals at the moment. I'm focusing just on the present and not trying to overwhelm myself, because that's what I tend to do. I overwhelm myself and shut down. I'm trying not to do that. So at the moment, I'm just focusing on today's a lovely day. I'm going to go do my walk, do my workout. I'm going to go to this little shop at the end of the lane and get some homemade ice cream, thus destroying all of the work I've just done. But I've not eaten today, so whatever. I've earned it. And just trying to take things step by step, guys. Like the streams, they've been coming back a little bit more. I don't know if you've noticed. I've been playing StarCraft on stream, not to anybody. Nobody's been tuning in, but that's okay. I don't mind that at all. Just give me a moment here as we just pass some people. So, yeah, I don't really mind that no one's been tuning in or anything like that. It's not about that. But the reason I mention it is because I'm feeling a bit better in myself. Like, when you're not feeling good in yourself, you certainly don't want to be on camera, and you certainly don't want to be on stream, and you certainly don't want people coming in being like, "Hey Z, how are you?" Because it's lovely that you ask, but when you're really not in the right headspace, it's like the most irritating question on the planet Earth. So obviously I've been avoiding that, but I'm getting there a little bit. I'm not trying to say I'm going to become some new person or anything like that, not at all. I'll probably still be a mess, and I'll probably be doing another video like this in 4 years' time with even less viewers. But I'm trying to get back to where I was, which, you know. Ow, you little fucker. It's fucking on me, bro. Oh my god. That really hurt. Alright, I'll give you a proper send-off since though. Last time you saw me, I was being attacked by a fly. Thanks for all the support, boys. I'll see you next month. Take it easy, have a good one, and cheers for all the long-term support, man. I really do appreciate it. Every little comment, positive thumbs up, subscription, all helps me keep motivated. And I know everybody loves a food clip, so here's a waffle cone with 2 scoops of homemade vanilla. Oh, we made it back to the car. Going to finish this and then head off. Okay, it's Z here on a little walk, and I figured I would discuss the Dr. Disrespect news, the alleged news. Don't sue me. I'm going to tilt my camera down a bit because, you know, I'm in public and I don't want to look like a complete idiot. Yes, we have got, unfortunately, the Dr. Disrespect glasses on, but I'm telling you boys, these Oakleys are pretty clean. And the reason I'm doing this video isn't to jump on any sort of topic for any sort of views or anything like that. My channel doesn't get views. I don't get money off YouTube. It's not like Alana Price jumping on it for any attention, you know what I mean? So, when it comes to Dr. Disrespect, by the way, I'm using my in-ear headphones as a mic, so it might be getting rid of the wind, it might not be. If it's terrible, then sorry. But, so the news about Dr. Disrespect, and I'll tell you why I'm talking about it. There's only two streamers that I used to really watch. One was a YouTuber who sadly passed away called Total Biscuit. He influenced a lot of my videos and my style, and just trying to be straight up honest, regardless of views, regardless of content. I've always tried to not model myself off him, but, you know, I've tried to be a stand-up person and say what I think, and yeah, my channel hasn't got very big, but, you know, some people seem to like it, and that's enough for me. And I enjoyed his approach to StarCraft 2. You know, he would calmly sort of lose games and win games, and he'd focus on improving. The second streamer, I've obviously watched a ton of other streamers in my time, but the one that I still do watch is Dr. Disrespect. And I'll tell you why I watch him. It's not because of the stupid glasses. It's not because of, you know, the 360 headshot or whatever thing he's shouting. It's because I've quite enjoyed his honest approach to the games industry. You know, if a game is bad, he'll stop playing it. If a game is bad, he'll call it out. He does work in the industry, which gives you a different side of things when you're watching a stream, trying to not get attacked by wasps here. And he's an older guy, right? So I gel with him more than like the younger Kai Cenats of the world. I show speeds because you know, they for me are too high energetic, too false. It's a good show. Their streams are, each one is a show, and I like that. I respect it. But for me, I kind of just want something on in the background if I'm watching a stream that I can just kind of chill at. I can't even see my screen, so I hope I'm still working. But you know, the allegations that have been put up against him have really they've made me just look at him very, very differently. So we'll talk about them and my thoughts. So if you don't know, Dr. Disrespect is a character. He was a guy that used to work for Activision, I believe. He made some maps for Infinity Ward. He's been a YouTuber since the days of like original Xbox Black Ops, the Slick Daddy Club, and all of that stuff, right? And it's come out that, well, it hasn't come out. It's basically been for a while that he's been completely banned off Twitch. And the reason I sort of resonated with that is we do know if you speak out about certain topics, you will get banned. You will get kicked off stuff. Nick Merckx, for example, spoke about how he personally chooses to parent, which is he doesn't believe in transgender children. As a result, he was basically like banished from the marketing of COD, but he was still allowed to play it. You know, I sort of poked fun accidentally about someone becoming an animal. Now, at the time, I didn't know that person or that tweet was about that, but when I figured out that's why I was banned, I stood up for myself. You know, because that's what I believe in. You know, I don't believe you can be an animal. And so when I found out, I think that was the reason I was banned. And there was a bit of a shall we say, team meeting about kind of how can we get Z banned from Gears because we don't like his critique. They just kind of waited and waited and waited for something to pounce on, and they kicked me off it, and I stood up for myself, and they didn't like that. The reason I mention that is Doc has always said that there was some kind of, he called them the purple snakes, and that they just didn't like him. He was a different type of character, and they didn't like him being the face of the page. And so they've been looking for a reason to get rid of him. And to me, I know that's a reasonable thing to say, because I've experienced it firsthand. So I was a bit not on his side, but I understood that there was a possibility that, yeah, maybe they just didn't like the way he handled himself and wanted to get rid of him. And so he got kicked off Twitch, and he wasn't allowed to say anything. There was speculation that he was trying to form some kind of union against Twitch, or that he was doing deals with other companies with fake numbers, meaning he might have gone to Mixer and said, hey, Twitch has offered me 50 million, so I'm going to need 60 off you to carry on or go to your platform. There was all kinds of rumours and stuff like that. Well, it turns out, and again, this is all subject to change. We can all say it's hearsay, allegedly. I'm just reporting on what I've read. Is that basically he was kicked off of Twitch for a very, very valid reason. And that reason is he was, in his own words, texting a minor using Twitch's inbuilt whisper system, and it quote something along the lines of, yeah, sometimes got a little bit inappropriate. Now, I believe this happened about 7 years ago. So the guy would have been like 36 or something like that, right? And it's there's nothing you can say really other than what a piece of shit, what a wrong'un. And now when I look at his VODs and his streams, I kind of don't want to watch them. It kind of reminds me of Lost Prophets, if you remember that band. I loved Lost Prophets, the band, but now I'm a bit like, yeah, I can separate the music from the people, and I'm sure I could go back and watch some Doc clips and have a laugh, but it is, sorry, I've been attacked by a wasp, it is a little bit different, you know. Now he goes on, the way this came about basically, guys, was it got leaked basically by a former Twitch employee that basically said, hey, the reason he's kicked off Twitch is because he did this thing. And nobody really believed it, to be honest. Nobody really believed it. I just sit on this bench because the wind has picked up a little bit. Yeah, I'm still recording, I believe. So nobody really believed him. Then it came out that basically it was true, and he himself has apologised and said pretty much, yeah, nothing happened though, you know, I didn't meet the person, nothing illegal happened, Twitch paid me off, but nothing illegal happened, so I'm coming back, you know, you're not gonna cancel me. I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it. He's effectively saying, well, nothing happened, so I didn't do anything. But the way I'm reading it and the way I'm interpreting it is effectively this. He was texting someone who, from what we're reading, he knew to be a minor, right? Whether that is 17 years old, 364 days, or 1 year old, we don't know, right? That's not been revealed, so obviously there's a massive difference there. But it's wrong. and it's not just wrong as in, oh, you shouldn't do it. Like, hey, there's a sign that says no ball games, and you go and play some football on there. This isn't like, oh, it's a bit wrong. No, this is like this. There should be this piece of your brain that when you're talking to somebody, if for some reason it's like you're in a club and you're flirting with them, and you think they're like 20 years old and it's going really well, and then they reveal to you that they're a minor, your brain should instantly just lose all attraction, lose everything, and you just think, oh my god, shit, I don't want to speak to you, fuck off, bye, right? You shouldn't be piss off with these flies, man. You shouldn't be carrying on the conversation and letting it get, quote, inappropriate. Now, from what I'm understanding, this person has reported him, right? So they've been talking through the Twitch messages, and it's obviously gone a little OTT, and she's reported him. Twitch have then come in, looked at his private messages and chats, and realised, yo, this is fucking wrong. We're going to get rid of him. Now, the problem here is the way they did it was a bit like, say, it's like evidence, it's like stolen evidence, right? It can't be used in court because they basically kind of like wiretapped him. Basically, if this person didn't report to you and Twitch didn't do like a bit of a snaky investigation, then you probably, or he probably, might have gone all the way with this person. So, yes, he didn't do anything, but that's basically because he was stopped. It's kind of like on these like catch a predator things, when they meet and then they go, oh, well, I haven't done anything. And it's like, yeah, but that's because we stopped you, right? So now I just look at him, and the big thing here is I think he was like I say, 36 to 40 or something at the time, because it was quite a few years ago. This is a man with a family, a kid, multiple kids maybe, I don't know, and he's a multi-millionaire, super famous, and he, realistically, right, if he wanted to cheat on his wife, I had to stop the recording there because I'm in a public place and there was families and people walking past, and it's not exactly the topic I want to be shouting out about, is it? So to carry on, yeah, this guy's got a wife, a kid, all this stuff. If he wanted to go down that route and like cheat on his family, let's be honest, mate, he could have done it through some like private escorting system with some like top tier Russian woman or something, mate, or whatever they do, bro. He could have gone hella private with it, and gone for an 18-year-old if that's really what he wanted to do, slightly immoral, definitely immoral, but if that's really what he wanted to do, he could have gone down that route. He could have found one of his fans that adored him, that was some 29-year-old woman or whatever, and gone with her. He could have done anything, couldn't he? But he chose to use the Twitch messaging system to message a kid. There's no way out of that, is there? Like, in his own statement, he said, yeah, this person was a minor and it got inappropriate. So, like, what do you do, man? Like, how can you come back from that? Because that's not an accident, bro. That doesn't sound like, yeah, I was flirting with someone and I was going to meet them up at TwitchCon, and then I figured out that they were lying and that's not who they were, and I was disgusted and I left. I mean, the wife, not that I can speak on their relationship or their behalf, but not only has she been cheated on like multiple times by the sounds of it, he's also messaging children. Have some respect and leave the guy, please. Like, that's just crazy, bro. I mean, I just can't look at him the same way. Now, I will say this, I don't like people just coming out and just making videos and doing tweets just to like shit on the guy. Not because he doesn't deserve it, because he does, but it all just feels a little bit clout chasey, and I feel like that's not the topic you clout chase off. Like, if you're invested in him because you sit and you've watched his streams for years and you've enjoyed his content and you want a bit of an opinion, fair enough. But if you're doing like outrageous thumbnails and clickbait and you're trying to like gain an audience based off, you know, this. Like, come on. The word disappointed is the wrong word, because I'm not disappointed in him. I don't have any standards for the man. I don't know him. I'm not a friend, you know, anything like that. And it's not disappointing. It's the word is disgusting. You know, it's something else that begins with a D. It's not disappointing. It's disgusting. But it is in the same breath disappointing, because you're like, it's just wrong, innit? And I don't know why he did it. I mean, like I say, you know, I'll pick up and walk again now. But he could have had anyone, couldn't he? He's a multi-millionaire. He could have bloody gone and rented out a mansion, and he could have gone and paid, you know, whatever 50 freaking Brazzers stars, mate, to come and be with him all day, if that's really what he wanted to do, and cheat or something, you know. He could have gone on Tinder. He could, you know what I mean? Like, but he didn't, did he? He chose to, basically, if we're being real here, he chose to use his position of power as like a big streamer on Twitch to talk to somebody on the Twitch platform. And it's just wrong as fuck, man. This isn't like, hey, Nick Merckx doesn't believe in trans children, you know. This isn't like, hey, Z doesn't believe that a human being can be a skunk. You know, this is whole nother level. You know, whole nother level, and it is worth a cancellation. I'm sorry. It's not a, you know, it's not an air quotes cancellation. You've done something majorly fucking wrong, mate. You're not being, like he said, they'll not keep me down or not cancel me. Somebody like me being kicked off Gears of War because I don't believe in skunks, that's a cancellation. Somebody messaging a child, bro, you haven't been cancelled. You've done something illegal there, bro. So, like, yeah.